Hey everybody, welcome back. So I wanted to give you a little updates on the scooter. Of course, it's running now, and what I've been doing with it. And I want to show you the updates and that cool paint job and how to do it when we come back. Alright everybody, welcome back. So, wanted to give you a little update on this. This is going to be a cool little long-term project in the channel. Basically what I'm doing with this is setting up the scooter so that if I ever had to bug out on only a scooter, albeit a crazy kind of bug out, it would be able to be done. If gas ever got to the point where it was ridiculously expensive, I'd still have a mode of transportation, and the basic reason, I needed a second car or a second vehicle. You know, it's just easier to get around in case one vehicle is down for the day or in the shop. I have a vehicle now that I can get around on. So I know it's kind of dark here. You may be wondering why I'm sitting here at this point of the vehicle, but I want to show you this little button up here. One of the things in Nevada, they have to inspect it. It has to have a horn. And down here, the horn button was broken out. And I tried to wire the horn directly to the battery to test it. It doesn't even go off. So this is a USB horn that is charged via USB. The cable is actually in here. I can pull it out for you and show you if I need to charge it. And I mounted it against this inside piece here, right there. I do apologize for the wind today. It's really windy out here, but I really wanted to get this started up. So, that's the first part. Let's try it out. Nice and loud. It'll definitely work. But the big thing I wanted to show you today is how I did this paint job. So let's take a closer look at it. Alright, so I moved us a little inside here so the wind won't be a factor. What you see here is how I've set this up for a paint job. Now, of course, I'm not trying to camouflage this from IR or whatever. It's just for fun. I just thought I'd show you guys because this can be used on anything from rifles to backpacks to whatever you want to do. And this is sponge camo. And from a distance, if you go back a little, it almost looks like a wrap. It looks a lot better in person than it does on camera. But I wanted to give you a close-up look at it. And this is what we're using. Let me back out a little here to show you. I'm just using these little sponges. I buy them at Walmart. You can probably buy them online in craft places. They're inexpensive, and I just spray some spray paint on a piece of cardboard, dip the sponge in, and tap away. So I'm going to give you a little demo, because see, I pretty much have done with this side. There's still little things I'm going to touch up before I finish. And I want to show you the front too real quick. Let me bring you around. It's pretty much done, you know, but this side isn't. So I've just started to kind of put down some little coyote tan on it, and I'm going to show you how I do this and how it comes out so cool. When you first look at it, you're going to think, it doesn't look so good. It doesn't look like the other side. But if you're persistent and keep up with it, it'll come out amazing. So let me lower the camera a little bit and get my spray paint out, and we'll give you a little demo here on how I do this and see how it comes out. Alright, so we're a little closer in and out of the wind. So I'm going to give you a quick look at how we start off here. Now this area, when I had brought this up to the motorcycle shop that wouldn't repair it, I had a big scratch along bottom here and along here from leaning up against the trailer we brought it up in. The cool thing about this paint job is it's that easy to fix. I take my OD green paint, spray it, let it sit, spray some clear coat over it. It's perfect. So the first thing you're going to do with this, and I'm going to get the thing out here, is I've got my I've been using this and the Airvo and the Rust-Oleum. Now shake up your cans really good, because you don't want this to be watery. And you want to just start kind of dabbing around here. I realize this is going to come out like a Bob Ross project. Puffy little bits of camo. You just got to stab along there and get yourself a nice coat. When you think you've done too much, and you see how I smushed that? That can be fixed with green paint. You're going to take the same OD green, if you don't like the way that looks, and dab over it when it dries, and it will take away some of that swipe, and it'll look really good. Now, when you're getting close to, say, I don't want to get it on here. I don't know if you can see that yet, the black plastic. You just go on the edge. It's very controllable without making a big mess. So, I'm going to finish up doing it with this, and then we're going to go to the next color. Alright, so about 5 minutes into this, and yes, I do have some survival supplies up in there. About 5 minutes into this, you see where I'm at. And it's starting to take a pattern, sort of. So what I'm going to do next is take my dark brown, if I can find it here. I might have to go over and get it on the other side. I think that's my dark brown. Yeah. And I'm going to go over it lightly with just touch. You can kind of see a couple dark brown spots up there, but you can't really see it on camera. But I'm going to go over it lightly and just carefully do some dark brown over it. This is all dried now, and we're going to see how that comes out. Then we're going to add the black for kind of effect. It kind of gives it a little bit of a 3D pop to it, and we'll go from there. New brush. Just a little, that's a little heavy there. So I'll have to go over that with some green. And you'll see how the green fixes any mistakes. It's the same color as the base coat, so when you go over it, it doesn't really look all that bad. It just looks like it's a little less intense. So we're going to go over it with some brown all the way around here. And I'm just, like I'm doing here, I'm just spraying this on this piece of cardboard. Now, do use a piece of slick cardboard. If you use regular cardboard, it will just suck up the paint and it won't work very well. You see, I'm just hitting it along the way there. So, short of doing a stop motion speeded up video, we'll just save you the time of watching me do this. And we're going to come back and do the black and then a little touch up with the green over spots like that where it was a little heavy. So, see you in a few minutes. Alright, so you can start to see it now starting to take shape. You're getting that camo kind of effect on it. Here's where it's going to really pop. When you put the black on, and you have to be very, very light with the black, just little drops here and there, it looks amazing. It really does. So we're going to do that next, and then I'm going to go over like spots where it was a little too heavy with the paint, and do green, which will go back to this natural color. And as for the base coat, that is the simplest thing to do. I just taped up where I didn't want to have stuff go, and taped up down here completely. I just put a plastic skirt down, taped up over the lights, and I just sprayed the thing. I sanded it down with some light grit sandpaper that was pretty dull to begin with because it had been out in the sun. So I sanded it down and just shot off some paint on it, and it was good to go. So let me get the black ready over here. I've got papers flying around because it's so windy outside today. Then again, it's almost always windy here. You want to shake up your cans good, remember that. You want to hear that ball rattling around in there. Okay, we're just going to go very light in some areas here. Just where you think it needs a pop. And then we'll paint some nice puffy clouds. Alright. So you start to get the idea what it's going to look like, right? Okay, I'm going to put some more black on. And I'm doing down at the bottom too. I'm doing the bottom runner. So I'm going to do that, bring you back, and we'll touch up with a little bit of green, and you'll see how it starts to blend. Alright, so you see how just quickly, a really quick job here. I'm not, this is not any kind of long, hard bit of work. It starts to take on that effect. And you remember, I just had a couple of little, the coyote tan dabs on here when I started. So, one of the things you want to do to keep it kind of looking natural is when you get crevices like that, you want to get in the crevices. And areas like this, that's not perfect up there, but it's good enough. Now, I'm going to show you my trick with the green. Again, shake up your cans good. I kind of did it a little bit with the coyote tan there. I put it over the thing there. But the cool part about the green is it covers up mistakes, and it'll make it back to natural. Like, let's say you really messed up, and you got a big streak down the side. You would just run over it with this. Yes. See how it covers it up? See how? That's when you start getting the kind of the 3D kind of effect to it. Because it covers up some areas, yet it lets some shine through. I know this seems kind of involved just to do for a little scooter, but I thought it'd be a fun project. And being that this is going to be used in videos in the future, that I'm going to be doing when we go out testing out gear or whatever, I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a cool looking vehicle to take me there. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to add a little bit in places where I think I kind of missed. And I'll bring you back for one final update, and we'll wrap this video up. And we'll just keep kind of continually updating this. I'm going to go through what I'm putting in the pack here for a survival kit. I'm going to go through what's going on back here. And to be honest with you, on the back, I have to get a rack because the rack that came with it doesn't work. On the back, I'm just going to use a milk crate because it'll hold stuff. It's a utilitarian as well. Again, if gas prices get to be crazy, I can fill this up for, it holds about 1.5 gallons. I can fill it up and run it forever. So let me finish this up, and we'll finish up, give you a last walk around, and that'll be the video. So the wind is getting bad out there. I brought it in. I got a good start here. I'd say that was pretty much done there. As you can tell, the running boards underneath are all finished. Front fender's done, and that's done. And it's kind of weird because it's like up close, it looks really, really good. But from a distance, it almost looks like it was a wrap of some kind. You know how they wrap cars in that vinyl plastic stuff. So, there you go. That's the first step, besides getting it running and getting a horn in it. That's the first step of getting this on the road. Next step's going to be getting, like I said, a rack for back here. I'm going to just buy a cheap one I find online for this size scooter. And sticking my milk crate on there, because that's what I'm using. It's nice and simple and cheap. And we'll get this on the road, and we'll be able to take it out and do some camping adventures and stuff, and have some fun with it. So anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Don't forget to check our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate store. We have our Thrive Life link, as well as our Food for Patriots link, which is preparewithiridium.com. So don't forget to check that out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.